Outside of spicy links and thirst traps on TikTok, true crime investigators is the most popular content you can find. Wax started his TikTok on business videos, quickly realized that they weren't getting enough views, so he decided to become an official TikTok investigator after someone tried to kidnap him twice. The white van offered him a free ride. After this traumatic experience, Ken came up with the genius idea: kidnappings occurring across the country have to have been caused by a white van, asking victims for free rides.
I don't know if all of these cases are connected, these cases happening all over the country, but I do know that is the same method of operating for all of these cases. That's the only thing that makes sense. These people are leaving bars, for the most part, drunk at night, alone, walking somewhere, and they are then offered a ride. There's obviously no evidence of them being offered that ride.
If you guys can't tell, Ken is cuckoo. He comes up with a whole mystery murder case and plots out all of the details, and then concludes that there is no evidence for any of those details. That basically sums up his past 100 TikTok videos. Ken started off somewhat rational, but even he admits he got lost in the sauce. In every video he came up with new narratives that really started confusing viewers of what really happened, because these are real murder cases with real victims and real families. This guy is so confident till the end, where he confidently admits he has no evidence, and in some videos he just forgets to say that. And what makes this guy even more of a whack job is he made it clear to his audience he was committed 8 hours a day, all day, every day, to solve these murder mysteries. As his videos started getting millions of views, he took a left turn and started promoting his brand new startup.
Jasmine, hope you've been well. I would love to show you what I've been working on. For the last 8 months or so, I've been building this app called Foresight. Foresight is a combination of a social calendar, so you actually know what your schedule is. It is a travel planner that helps you build itineraries for the trips of your dreams. And soon it will also be a discovery platform helping you find amazing experiences in any part of the world. Also, shameless plug, you can actually invest directly into the company itself. And this is all filed with the SEC. We've raised $166,000 and we have a goal of about $200,000 before this round ends. Our next round of funding, our seed round, is guaranteed come early June if we deliver against a couple of milestones that they set for us. So that $200,000, if we hit it, gives us more than enough runway to get past that goal. So it's really cool. Let me know if you have any questions about Foresight. I am happy to answer as a co-founder and chief marketing officer of the company.
I don't know if you caught that. And here is the chief marketing officer, and he is a co-founder of his startup. What's super ironic about this startup is it focuses on travel, which is exactly what his viewers need to hear. After he's posted hundreds of videos about true crimes and this whole murder mystery in popular cities that he's promoting on his app. It's really weird how he mentions how much he's raised and how little he has left to raise, especially to his audience on TikTok. But people started to call him out, like this guy, ex-military investigator.
Maybe he might believe that this is real, but nonetheless, I just want to come here and say without a shadow of a doubt, from an actual former investigator, Ken is BS.
So Ken fell off the bandwagon and got on his crazy horse to say he was almost recruited by the FBI. And he was officially recruited by someone investigating his murder crimes, where he holds this mysterious card and holds it up to the camera to prove he's an official investigator. And to top it all off, Ken, with his new credentials, completed his investigation. Hundreds of people who disappeared and were later murdered, cities all across the US. He finally solved the mystery with zero actual evidence.
I hope you're ready for this then, because last night at 3 a.m, I cracked the case. I was able to crack it last night because of your getting close. We are right there, and we're gonna get this done soon.
So if you thought he cracked the case, you're actually wrong. The only thing Ken did was proceed to scam an entire family who were victims of a murdered loved one. Make Ken help them crack the case, which he ghosted and then made this apology video.
I'd like to take a moment to address something that has come to a head over the last week. As many of you know, this investigation has been my all-consuming passion over about the last month, and what started as my honest effort to bring more awareness to a serious public safety matter, my reporting on this topic has since turned into a contentious subject, and I now realize that it's not my place at all to continue chasing this story despite my own personal connection to it with those two attempts on me. I bit off a lot. I haven't been sleeping as much as I should. I've burnt myself out, and I frankly got a little bit lost in the sauce over this story. I acknowledge that it was insensitive to reference my startup on those two occasions in post pertaining to this case. I'm a passionate guy who's passionate about the stories that I follow and, of course, about the content that I make. But I made a mistake by intersecting those two parts of my life, and I want to apologize for the families impacted for having overlapped this other part of my life in this in an inappropriate setting. It won't happen again.
Ken is really good at saying a whole lot of nothing. Basically apologize to the victims' families because his efforts to investigate and report on this are taking up too much of his life. He needs to focus on other things in his life besides investigating this crime.
And the information about the suspects that my team and I have been able to find has been passed to the proper authorities. I've decided to no longer post about this story publicly to prevent further conflict. I care so much about this case. I really do. But I realize that I can't report on it while balancing this other pursuit and my life. So, thank you.
I love how Ken is saying he's reporting his evidence to the authorities when he has no evidence and everything is made up in his head and is speculative. Not only does it hurt the families of the victims who got murdered, which is a very, very serious crime and horrible thing you could go through. It also interferes with the authorities because now they have to spend time reviewing the evidence that never existed. In turn, hurts the families even more. And Ken couldn't stop the fun there. Ken goes on to make another apology video, which I'm about to show you, and gets fired from his own company, his own startup.
Hey all, I wanted to try to answer some of the questions I've gotten about the investigation over the last week and make some clarifications in regards to my now former employer. First of all, I completely understand some of the criticisms that have been thrown my way over the last week, and I completely own up to the mistakes that I made. I do want to clarify, once again, that my former employer never had any input at all in the content that I was making here on my personal account. Their only involvement was celebrating what they saw as an increase in social media engagement that their now former CMO indirectly created for the company. They are a great young company, and they're doing some incredible things, and I wish them all the best, truly, as we move forward separately. I never had any intention of involving them in my personal investigatory project. As for that work, it was and still is very real, and I'm going to continue to take a break from posting publicly about it, but please know that all the information that is still being sent to me is still being passed through to the proper authorities. So I hope that this entire story saga can be the beginning of a different conversation about ethics, maybe, in the digital age, and this can serve as an example of what not to do when trying to juggle so many things in a public forum such as TikTok. I know that I've personally learned a lot. So thank you again for giving me the time. I'm looking forward to going back to making content about business and tech in my life and the countless other topics that I'm interested in. So I'll see y'all again soon. And thanks again.
Ken's wild ride comes to an end. Fairy tale ending you've all been waiting for. Ken has decided to quit being a TikTok investigator and wants to put all the true crime stuff behind him and is back to making business and tech videos. There was an article posted confirming that he was indeed fired or parted ways from his old company, which is kind of slimy and messed up because the company celebrated him getting hundreds and thousands and millions of views, which converted to traffic to the startup. Then as soon as he started getting a lot of hate and people started calling him out, that's when his own startup said, adios. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below about the whole Ken situation. Till the next time, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.